Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on CSS Z index, and right now we'll be discussing about the Z index property in HTML CSS. The Z index property specifies the stack order of an element. So I'm going to show you how we can use it in a reasonable manner. We are going to use this with our image element, and also we are going to use it with a div element, with some div elements. And I want you to note one thing right here. Z index only works on position elements, position absolute, position relative, position fixed, or position sticky, and also it works with flex items, elements that are direct children of display, flex elements. So we are going to be using this together. I'm not an Englishan. It's better I explain this in a deep. I demonstrate this for you guys, so you guys can be able to use it and make sense with it, because this is so nice and it's so advanced when you know how to use this. So let's get started. So quickly, this is my document right now. I'm having this. I purposely piled up all these kind of things together so you guys can be able to have something to work with. Previously, in our previous tutorial where we discussed about the CSS position, you can check our CSS position playlist to be able to follow along easily. You'll be able to know how I pile up all these elements together in one place like this. So if you check our previous tutorial on CSS position, you can just check the CSS playlist, the CSS position playlist in our channel, to be able to follow along easily. But if you already know how you can pile up some images or some div elements together on one stack place like this, then it's very nice. Then you can just follow along easily. So right here in our previous tutorial, we discussed about the position, as you can see. But right now I'm having some containers. I'm having one container here, which is a container that is having red box, blue box, golden box, and also image elements, image item. As you can see right here, these are the elements. We are having this div element. Inside the div element, we are having these three boxes: red box, blue box, and golden box. And also we are having this tree image. These three image, I control all of it. I gave them position absolute. Each and every one of you, I'm giving it position absolute, position absolute, position absolute. But when I got to the container, I gave the container relative. If you check our previous tutorial on CSS position, you will know the reason why I gave this container relative and the other one absolute. So now let's get continued. The funniest part right here is that we want to switch, we want to rearrange the order of we want to arrange the stack order. Right here we add that. I want to bring you back to this. The Z index property specifies the stack order of an element. So now what I want to do is that I want to bring this image to the middle, to the place where the blue div element is, and bring the div element to the front right here. But the thing I have to do before I do that is that I have to count this whole element, so that I'll be able to switch. Maybe this one is the yellow one is the one I want to place at the place where the red one is, and I want to bring the red to the front or whatsoever. I need to count how many are this box inside this container, because we need to create a container for them first. That is the first thing you need to do, because if you don't create container for it, it's not going to work as you want. It's just going to do somehow. You'll just be able to use the Z index from 1 and -1. But if you are able to control if you are able to give it a container and control know the amount of elements you have inside the container, then you will be able to control it in an advanced way more better. So that's why I created this container for it. So this container, I gave it position relative. After giving it position relative, I now created this red box. So this red box, I want it to be the first that is going to display at the front of the screen. So I want to give it Z index 1. You understand? So please, I want you guys to please stay focused and please follow me along. I want to give it z index 3 instead of 1. I want to give it z index 3. When I save my document, let's reload and see what we have. Can you see? Because I want it to be at the front, I give it z index 3. I want the blue to be immediately after it, so I want to give it z index 2. This blue right here, I want to give it z index 2. So I'm just going to give it z index 2. So it's just going to come immediately after the red. Can you see? Now I'm giving it z index 2. So this yellow box also, I want it to stay. If I want this yellow box, I want it to stay immediately after the blue also. I can just give it z index. I can just give it z index 3. But I can just give it z index 1. Yes, when I give it, now we are having 1, 2, 3 boxes, right? So we are able to control 1, 2, 3. Now let's reload now. Can you see? Now the yellow box comes up. But let's now imagine that the yellow box, I want it to be at the front, to be at the main page. Definitely, when we counted our boxes and all the elements we are having from, you know that computer used to count from 0 to infinity. So this image right here is representing the 0 level. This green box right here is representing the first level. The blue box is representing the second level. The red box is representing the third level, and the fourth, which is this, the main container itself, is representing -1 level. So I want you guys to see it as if I want to control this now. Let's say I want this image now to be at the front of all the page. So I can just say z index. I can just give this one z index 3. When I give it z index 3, you are going to see that the image is going to come to the front. Can you see? The image comes to the front. But this red image, I want it to go to the back. To the back finally. So I can just give it, I can just change this one. I can just change z index 0. When I reload my document, you are going to see. Can you see? It go to the very back, to the back of all the elements, all the div elements and the image also. So you should understand what I'm talking about, because this main box right here, which is the container, is the one we can give z index -1. When we give it z index -1, our document is not going to destroy, because it's the one containing everything. Now we started counting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, because we are having 4 elements. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we are able to see the 0. The one that is representing the 0 level is the red, and the blue is representing the 2 level. Number 2 is representing the number 2. The golden box is representing the number 1, and number 3, the image is the one that is representing the number 3, which is at the very top of all the documents. Can you see? We are having red, which is number 0, yellow is number 1, blue is number 2, and the image is number 3. So now let's say we want the yellow to come to the top. The yellow is going to have the number 3. The yellow is going to have the number 3, and the image is going to have the number 1. The image is going to go back to the place where the yellow is. Now let's reload now. Can you see? Now the image is around the place where the yellow is, and the yellow comes to the very front of everything. So that's how you can understand. And if you want the blue to come to the front, and you want the yellow to go back to the place where the blue is, so there is a way you can do that. You can just find the position of the yellow is where you want to put the blue, right? Now change the position of yellow go and give it to the blue and give the blue position to the yellow. The blue is having 2, right? I'm going to give it 3 now. And the golden one is having 3. I'm going to give it 2 now. Now the blue is going to come to the top and the yellow is going to go to the back. Now let's reload. Can you see? Now it's working perfect. That's what I want you guys to understand. I just want you guys to please practice, because when you practice things, that's when you can understand the main things you can do with this. That's how you can use z-index property in your HTML CSS document. And what akorede ayofe is my name once again. I wish to see you guys next time. I hope you guys can see that we have used this with our image element, and also we have used it with our div element. That's how you can use it in all your document, in any of your document. Let's say for instance now, you have, let's say after this section I create another section. Let me just create a new section right here. Let's just give an image here. I'm just going to give the 3 image again. After this 3 image, I'm going to give h1 element. I'm just going to write hello everyone. When I save my document and reload, I scroll to the very bottom of here of this place. I'm supposed to see the text right here. Here is the text, right? As you can see, our text is behind of this image, but we want the text to come to the front. So, and the thing we just have to do is that we just have to send this image to the back. Now let's use style. I'll just style it in this manner, and I'll just give this z index. I can just give it 0. If I give it 0 and it's go to the back, it's nice. Or if it doesn't go to the back, I can just give it z index -1. When I give it -1, the text is going to come to the front. Can you see? Now the text is coming to the front, and our image go to the very back of the text. That's all you need. As you can see, it's looking nice and everything is working nicely. So I don't want you to have hard time with this. That's why I do it in different ways, so that you guys can be able to work along with it. So please, you can check every tutorial concerning this in our z-index playlist, because I'm going to drop a playlist. I'm going to give it CSS z-index, so you can check our CSS z-index playlist to be able to follow along easily, because I still have more to drop on this topic. So just check the tutorial. You're going to find the tutorial on CSS z-index. So just search anytime you need to understand anything concerning this. Just search in our channel. You are going to find CSS z-index. So that's what I have for you guys for now. And what akorede ayofe is my name once again. I wish to see you guys next time to the next tutorial. Peace and love. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye bye, and to the